Alright, hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, it's Brick Galaxy, and today we're going to be looking at one of the brand new 2022 LEGO Marvel superhero sets. This is set 76205 Gargantos Showdown, based on the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness film releasing in May. Now this set has a total of 264 pieces and retails for about $30, or if you're in Malaysia just like I am, it retails for about 139 ringgit Malaysia. But I managed to be able to get this online for about 120 ringgit. Now from the outset, I wasn't completely sold on this set when it was first revealed, but I eventually caved and bought it once it was available here in Malaysia. Now this set has a pretty cool and interesting build for Shumagraph, or in this case it's Gargantos. It's definitely different and refreshing from the usual mechs or vehicles we usually see from Marvel. And of course we get 3 exclusive minifigures, so without further ado, let's take a closer look at those minifigures first before we move on to the build of the set itself. Alright, first up we have America Chavez, or Miss America, who will be played by Xochitl Gomez and will be introduced to the MCU in this movie. Now, I don't really know much about this character, to be honest, but from what I've read, she has the typical superhuman strength, flight, etc. powers, but most unique about her is her ability to create portals, time travel, and travel between dimensions. So maybe that's why she's being introduced in this movie, so that she can help Doctor Strange or Wanda travel between dimensions. So because, obviously this movie is about the multiverse and, different dimensions. Now, she has a pretty cool torso printing with the blue jacket with cartoony bits, as you can see. You can see the little cactus there, the boxing glove, I guess, and a lightning bolt. And she does have a star printed on her back, which I guess is Marvel's way of paying homage to how she looks in the comics, where the star is usually at the front. Now, she does come with medium legs, though I'm not really sure how old or how short she's supposed to be in comparison to Doctor Strange or Wong in this movie. Though I believe she is aged down compared to her counterpart in the comics. I think the dark brown hair really suits her quite well. And she does come with a double-sided head. One of them is smiling, as you can see, this one, and the other one being sort of more confident or determined look right there. And last but not least, she does come with a rainbow-colored printed towel, as you can see right over there. Next up, we have our mild spoiler alert if you haven't watched No Way Home yet. Our new Sorcerer Supreme, based on a technicality, Wong sporting new and incredibly detailed torso printing, which I absolutely love. I think LEGO did an amazing job with this one, which continues onto the leg and to the back, as you can see. There's just so much detail printed onto there, and I think, yeah, LEGO did a really good job just staying true to the source material. Especially at the waist area, as you can see, where you have all these gold and silver bits, which really make this figure stand out in my opinion. And I love the color combination, which closely resembles the actual character we will be seeing on screen. The sort of dark red or maroon with the purple, they really go well together. And then with the added gold and silver bits, really makes this figure a really good one for me. The one thing I don't like about this figure is the head printing, unfortunately. I think it doesn't resemble Benedict Wong at all, and we definitely could have used a new face printing for this figure or for this set. We don't get an alternate face printing, which is a shame. I think a more determined or serious look would have been more appropriate, considering the tone of this movie and how he looked in the trailer. He sort of looked a bit concerned instead of smiley like what we have here. Unfortunately, I also don't think that hairpiece fits Wong very well. I don't think his hair is long enough to the point where we could use that hairpiece. So an alternate, which I think I'll be doing, is just leave the hair alone and just have him displayed like that. I think that looks pretty good in my opinion, which, yeah, I guess I'll be doing that. I'll be leaving him like that. It looks pretty good. Wong does come with these purple or pink energy shields, which, as we will see in a minute with the ones that come with Doctor Strange, are not printed, unfortunately, and are just plain transparent pieces, which I think was a missed opportunity. Last but not least, we have the main man himself, Dr. Stephen Strange, and returning in the set is the really awesome looking molded cape that we first got in the Spider-Man at the Sanctum Workshop set. I actually didn't get that set, so this is my first time getting this molded cape, and I already love it. It wraps pretty nicely around the shoulders, And if you don't already know, you can actually just snap it off like that without having to first take off the head and the hairpiece. So this is how the figure looks like. As you can see, this is how the figure looks like in the back, and without the cape, I think it's pretty good. This is a pretty cool feature. And if you want to just put it back on, you just sort of snap it back on like that. Well, you do really have to hold on to Steven's head and the hair, because the cape does get in the way of the hair itself, and it might just fall off when you're putting it back on. Now, the new torso printing is incredible. I really love this updated print with the classic symbol from the comics. I think it's really good, and I like how Marvel Studios is slowly moving towards a more comic accurate Doctor Strange with that design on the torso, that little symbol there, that bit there. Really, the only thing that's missing are, of course, his yellow gloves, which can easily be rectified by just replacing those hands with, yellow hands. The Eye of Agamotto printing has also been updated, and it's now closer to Steven's neck compared to before, when it was hanging more loosely down at the torso there. And you have a bit of printing on the back, as I've shown you previously, where his belt piece sort of continues, and I really love what they did with the belt, the detail and the belt printing there. I think it's really nice, and I believe this is the same leg piece from before, and it sort of just connects really well to the torso if you want to switch it. Now, we do have two face prints. One where he's smiling. This one's the more determined facial expression, like what we've seen in the trailer, the more serious tone. And this is the one where he's smiling, which I guess it's not really that appropriate or accurate to the trailers or to the film. And as it should be, Doctor Strange does come with his orange magical energy shields, as with Wong, but Wong's one is purplish pink, his one is yellow. Unfortunately, these are plain transparent pieces with no prints, unlike the ones we got in the 2016 set, the very first Doctor Strange set that we got with the more detailed printing on the piece itself, which I really hoped or really wished they would have included in this set. I think it would have really completed this minifigure as well as Wong's minifigure, and just make this set a whole lot better. Moving on to the build itself, we have Gargantos, who we briefly saw in the trailer that was released a couple of weeks back. The build is fairly straightforward. The bulk of the pieces obviously go to the body, which I think is built quite well. You have all these smooth pieces, as well as these sloped ones all around on the sides and on the backs, as you can see, to sort of give the spherical shape of the body, which I think really comes together and make the overall build really nice. It's very sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy at all, even with all the tentacles flying around. I feel like you can just grab this and just play around and nothing will really fall off. The coolest feature is, of course, the eye, which is built from a transparent yellow piece, followed by a printed orange eye piece on the top, as you can see. I think this was a really cool feature, and is one of the outstanding features of the build itself. And on top of the eye, you do get these black tendrils to represent the eyelashes, I guess. I'm not too sure, but they do add a level of detail to the overall build, which I really like. Now, there is a total of 12 tentacles. You do have 4 at the bottom that is used to stand Gargantos. As you can see, this 4 here, which can only be rotated around like that, as you can see. And then you have 4 tentacles on the front and on the back. These 2 here, and then these 2 here, which also have separate limbs at the end over here, as you can see, to sort of add a little bit more playability and rotatability, more posability, I guess. And then you have the 4 larger size ones, which I guess is like the dominant tentacles or something. There are 2 on both sides. They are made out of 3 different pieces. There's 1 here, there's 1 separate piece, and of course the end bit here, as usual, with the other ones. And of course, the 8 tentacles on top can be moved and rotated more because of the ball joints. As you can see, they move quite well, so there's a lot of posability that you can use, that you can take. You can pose this any way that you like, making this, I guess, it makes this a really good display set. The mouth bit is made up of 4 sort of like horn pieces or individual tentacles that is also rotatable around like this. So I think it's a pretty cool feature to be added to the overall build itself. Now, Brickset and some other people have actually identified or mentioned the design build flaw involved in the build, which is at the bottom of the eyes here, and this part where the two ball joints are. Now, while in the process of building, it might seem awkward and very noticeable in that the two pieces, especially these ones where the ball joints connect, sort of conflict with the sort of eyelid bit here, the eye. But the final build looks fine to me, and there really isn't much issue with it in my opinion. It still holds from the outside, from the front. As you can see, you can't really tell that there is a build flaw, so it doesn't really affect the overall build. So overall, guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's pretty refreshing to get a Lego Marvel set that is not just a mech or a vehicle. It is a pretty unique set and a welcome addition to my shelf once I put it up. Gargantos looks really good, the build process was enjoyable, and is going to be such a great display in my opinion. We also get 3 exclusive minifigures, all of which have excellent detailed printing, especially for Wong right up there. So I put him up there. And overall, the minifigs for this set are top notch, and they're pretty good. For the price point, I think it's fair. I would recommend getting this set, even if you're only getting it for the minifigures and you don't really care for the Gargantos build itself. I'm pretty excited now for the movie, and I'm excited to see Doctor Strange and Wanda work together, or maybe even face off together against each other. You know, we never know. We don't know what's happening in the movie. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of the set in the comments down below. Are you planning on getting this set for yourself? Have you already gotten it? Are you looking forward to the movie? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and maybe think about subscribing to my channel for more videos like this. Alright, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!